Absolutely. Now he wants to chair on this.
So stable.
Yeah, so much. Other than that, so we can't place the fire. Yeah. Oh, sorry. So I think we're gonna get started, everyone. Good morning. I would like to call this meeting to order, the Kingston Local Development Corporation at 8:01 on Thursday, October 16th. I thank you all so much for joining and for your promptness today. So first on our agenda is our treasurer's report. Thank you for sending that out to us all. You want to give an overview?
Yeah, real simple. For the financial information, as of 9/30/2025, everything's been moved over to M&T Bank at this point. Balances are trending slightly upwards. You can see what we're earning on set accounts on the far right side. We're just under $4 million in assets at this point. For the actual treasurer's update, we did reference last month's meeting. As of last month, we had 2 delinquent loans. We are down to 1 at this point, but they are delinquent by a few months. A notice had been sent. A second notice also went out on Monday. If we do not get a response, obviously we'll get George involved to collect those funds. Again, our deposit balance information, it's staying consistent, trending slightly upwards. I did note last meeting that we wanted to look into more CDs, more intermediate term investments to leverage our funds the best possible. Once we had fully moved over to M&T and Mandy had a handle on how those systems work, we were going to look into that. And I did update here that we will look to do that before year's end. We are still getting a pretty competitive rate on liquid monies, which is nice. So it isn't just sitting there at 10 basis points. So that was good work by Mandy to get that into working for us, even on the liquid side. Again, new business. We discussed a loan application way back in August. Both previous applicants are moving swiftly. One closed with the bank, the other should be closing before the end of business this week. So we'll keep you guys updated. Maybe will keep me updated, and in turn, we'll keep you updated on the progression of those. That is my treasurer's report.
All right. Does anyone have any questions on the treasurer's report? No, I'll ask for a motion to accept the treasurer's report. Thank you, Sal. All right. Second, Hayes. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right. Thank you very much. Sticking to the theme of financial matters, we have Mandy. We prepared the KLDC's annual budget. And so, do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I'm going to say it's pretty much the same as it is every year. I can go real quick down this. The rental and financing income, that is what we currently get from Alcoa. Each year it goes up a little bit. We have to go by the CPI index. And I usually get our city's comfortable to help me with that. Otherwise, it costs like $500 to get somebody else to help me. And he's okay with that. All of these numbers, just so you understand, they all come out of the audit that we already had done. Investment earnings, that would be the interest that we're earning on the bank accounts right now. Last year we had 81,000. Right now we are at probably going to be about 70,000. Salaries and wages, that's self-explanatory. That's what we reimburse the city for my time. Professional service contracts would be George. It would be the auditors, KDD, anybody else that we hire that has a contract. Supplies and materials, it's anything to do with computer or whatever else I need for the office. Operating expenses, that'll be from basically the business park or insurances or anything else. I think that's it. Last year's professional contracts was lower, but this year it was because we had hired KDD. And then I just the mayor will go over real quick the prospect of having a proposal extension with KDD. So I added that in for next year. And then just basing on them helping with keeping up with the website, it's an additional $400 a year. So I needed that going forward. So I have.
Does anyone have any questions about our?
Just we're over, did you say that, Andy, we're over on our professional fees based on the budget? Is that what you said?
No, I said last year was only 19 and change. This year was different because we had hired KDD, which is another 29.5 or something.
Oh, okay, yeah, all right, I see. We estimated 19,000 and this year 49,000 actual. I'm looking at it.
Last year's actual was 19,343.
Yeah,
We're estimating it's only going to be 49.5 for this year. Then as you're estimating the year that you're in.
oh, okay, all right, that's not the difference year to date. Sorry, I forgot my glasses.
That's okay.
Well, it's also a unique way.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
It's not also because of the way the ABO makes us do these budgets. It's also very different than most of us do budgeting. Because we have to estimate the current year and then talk about what we think 26 would happen. And then we also have to propose the next 3 years after that.
Yeah.
And so that's why we kind of have to guesstimate.
Proposed 2027 budget. Okay.
20,
So
yeah.
we're saying we're proposing this is going to look like this. We're thinking 2025 is going to look like this. We're in
Voting on today is
20,
based on 2027.
but in essence, we're technically adopting a 5-year plan.
Got it.
Really, we're only voting
we should revisit it every year.
26.
And on the other, not the other expenses, that purely in the office part, nothing else is in there. And the $50,000 number,
The other operating expenses.
that's purely office.
Oh, that's, no, yeah, the office, sorry.
Yeah.
That's just the office.
It includes things like water too up there.
Whatever we pay, which is normally Central Hudson insurance for the park.
With the water pump, all that, electricity.
Yeah, the electricity for the pump house, yes.
So is the 16,000 for next year all KDD?
Yeah, that proposal to go from 49.5 this year down to 38.
I'm just
Still
looking at
higher.
22.
Yes, right, that's all. Yeah, I think that what they've proposed to us to kind of keep their contract going is about 70,000-ish for next year. And we can talk. Yeah.
Okay, still one.
You need to roll it adopt it?
Yes.
And we would adopt the new budget plan for things through 29.
All right, do I have a second? Seconds out. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So speaking of marketing and the work that KDD has done for us, as a part of their original proposal, we obviously, of course, knew that we were only going to do initially a 1-year contract. Have basically, I believe they've met all of their deliverables in that contract with the website, with the social media work, and they have come back to us to say that if they would like us to continue to have them assist Mandy each month to be able to continue to put out social media, continue to make any updates to the website that are necessary. They have proposed a contract of a couple $1,000s a month, basically, or like $1,500-ish a month. That would get us about $17,000 a year to be able to have them basically on contract to be able to keep their services going. And in particular, it would include monthly meetings. It would be about 10 hours of support per month. They would review the photo and video needs for social media. They would develop monthly content for pushing content to 3 different social media channels. They would post 4 times per month. They would design the graphics that's needed for the posting. They would monitor the comments and messages and discuss those with Mandy so that we kind of don't lose any of that contact that could be happening in the social media world. And continue with their graphic design support in case we need any graphics for flyers or other needs, as well as making any backup website stuff, making edits to the website, and security monitoring for the website, things like that. And so in the end, it was about $1,400 a month, and then the web hosting about $360 a year. To continue that, if we'd like to continue to work with them on that. And so, yeah, so that's just, what they'd like our board to consider, if we're interested in doing so.
Interesting questions, yeah.
Yeah,
Does the 10 hours cover all the things you mentioned, like all the work that they would be doing, or is it they'll give us 10 hours support, like if you have a question, if you want us to develop? Like my biggest thing is it's a review of images and video or something like that. Does that 10 hours mean they'll go out and shoot some pictures and or do we have to come up with that content and then deliver it to them and then they will edit it and that'll shoot in the 10 hours?
yeah. Do you want to, they've been doing all of
They've
it.
been doing all of it.
Yeah, so I think that 10 hours includes
I have,
content
like,
creation.
Bi-weekly meetings, maybe every 3 weeks. And we're on for like an hour meeting, Zoom meeting or in person, and we discuss what's being put on the website, what we want to see on the website. When they have things that they want to add to it, they'll get on the phone with me or they'll say, hey, we're sending this, I'll send this to Mayor and I and say, how do you feel about this? So it's pretty interactive.
Yeah, so, but if we said, hey, we just did this business, for 500 grand, they would love to do an interview with us so that we can post that. Are we gonna get charged above and beyond this contract to do that if it's under 10 hours? It like going and recording the video and doing the interview and transcribing it, whatever it would take to turn that into content that's usable on all of our assets.
Yeah, my understanding from reading this, I mean, we can confirm, is that the 10 hours includes developing the content.
I would just really want to know,
Yeah.
because usually
Yeah.
people will separate out like video and pictures, like that's another fee.
Yeah.
But they'll want to contract someone to go do that, and then
Yeah.
they will kind of work with the content. Yeah, so I just.
We can confirm, yeah. And I don't think anyone was expecting a decision on this today. This was just the first conversation. They provided us this proposal quote that's good for 6 months because they know that we don't operate, that quickly. So
Good. Moving fast.
yeah,
Generally speaking, are you seeing the value in the relationship thus far and in the potential monetary?
Yeah, I mean, and I think that if we need to do something else to promote ourselves to get us out there, other than just the website, like, I don't know if people. Why I say this, what I say, I don't know if we can spend our money this way, but if we were to like maybe host a chamber breakfast or something, or be a co-sponsor of it. Kind of get ourselves out there a little bit more.
yeah, I would agree that this is really just one component. There's only so much that this firm can do for us in terms of,
But
we need to get more loans. Like, we need to be able to start to develop that, presence.
I'm also finding on Facebook, though I'm not on Facebook a lot. If you're looking at KLDC, next there's another KLDC right underneath us. It's another development corporation, but it's somewhere else. And I was like, oh,
Right.
so they're kind of,
Piggybacking.
yeah,
But are you getting like metrics from them so we can see like, you know what I mean, just for our value that we're putting in, like, are they showing us like clicks to our website and
yeah.
posts and interactions and
yeah,
stuff?
Mayor went over that last.
Okay.
And you post.
But we can share that.
Doing-
They send us a report.
I'm not sure.
How many posts?
Yeah, a week.
They're basically doing like one a week
On all the different.
on all the
Yeah.
different channels.
The second post.
Same post on all different channels.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they're doing like 4 a month, 3 to 4 a month. Generally speaking.
Right, and we had this conversation the last time, that if we wanted them to do more, it was gonna cost.
Yeah.
It's gonna cost that.
Are they giving us some guidance on, okay, if you want the followers to build to this level, and we need to be doing pre-post, tagging them a certain way, or are they just giving any guidance on it?
So, Carrie, that's why she had suggested, more posts would get you out there initially, but then there's a cost involved, and we could talk about that last month.
Yeah, I think that they really do believe that it may be worth our time to do digital marketing and spend, which we haven't done yet, right? All of the posts we've been doing are being shared by us and others, and it's kind of like the free marketing.
Yeah.
I think that they do recommend at some point with specific posts that we target like Kingston business owners, Hudson Valley business owners, and they're willing to do that work for us. It's just we haven't authorized any of that, work.
I'd like to see, if we do a monthly retainer thing with them, a big component of it should be that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to see them develop some kind of strategic, or somebody develop a strategic campaign for the things we have, so that we have some reasonable expectations that we can judge against and say, okay, so we did the spend, we did, we paid them we put them on contract, and this is working or it's not, based on the professional saying this should work like, yes.
I'll let you testimony.
Yeah.
That's
Great. Yeah, so I mean, I think what Mandy and I can do, go back to them, and even just to give them a ballpark. I mean, if we were to say we want to spend $30,000 a year on this total, right? And so if we want to spend exactly what we spent this year, spend it next year. We now don't need to develop the website, so that's $15,000 that we could use toward a digital marketing campaign. What would that look like? How could you do that? It's still probably within our budget because we spent it this year and it didn't break the bank. So if we spend it in 2026, update the budget, but that could give us a better sense of like what could we actually get for those dollars, and what could some of those positive outcomes be for us. And we also can come back to you all with, outside of just the digital world, if there's any other ideas that Mandy can come up with any of your input on other ways that we can get out in the community, whether it's, being a sponsor of something or, a host of something, or I think that could also be we could come back with a more fuller package. But yeah. Anyone have any other thoughts, comments before we go back then to flush this all out? All right. Does that make sense, Mandy? All right. Great. We've got our marching orders. So thank you for that. It's super helpful. We all hopefully had a chance to look at the minutes from the last meeting. And so could I ask for to approve those minutes? Okay, thank you. Hayes, second. Lenny, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? And just a kind of an information update. We on the city side, just to let you know, we haven't prepared yet the business park RFP. We have been trying to take like one RFP at a time, and so the city just released and is now about to review the 25 Field Court, which is a property the city has secured after many years of being in bankruptcy. And we're getting that now back on the tax rolls, hopefully, and being able to find a good development partner. And so our housing director is now shifting gears back to the business park, and so hopefully we will have an RFP prepared and ready to be able to solicit partners for us to be engaged with, and we'll be in touch because we'll want at least one board member to serve on the RFP review team with us. So Mandy will reach out to see who is interested in participating. So that's just an update on that. Does anyone have any other updates? And
What are your news on the loan application?
yes, so I think both loan applications are in the process of, one has already closed with their bank and one is about to close with their bank this week. So we should be able to kind of publicly announce that, we are officially, making loans to these two,
Or there's no changes to the.
they accepted those the term sheet.
They
Yeah,
just haven't closed with us yet, so.
Yeah.
When we find out when they're gonna close with us, then we'll ask them about an interview and a.
yeah, it's very good news and, yeah. Great, all right, they don't have any other thoughts, comments, concerns? Okay. All right,
Motion to adjourn.
motion to adjourn, all right, second, all in favor? Aye, any opposed? Okay.
It's my other meeting.